Hey guys, what is going on? It's Brian coming to you again from the TST Industries garage with this gorgeous 2018 Kawasaki Ninja 400. You already saw us install some mirror block-offs, but being that this is a street motorcycle, we are going to have something to replace those mirrors so that we can be as aware of our surroundings as possible as a street riding motorcyclist. So without any further ado, this is going to be a very straightforward installation. I'm going to jump right into it, and here we go. So I have my M6 Allen key. I'm going to take off this bar end. Looks like I cranked it down on there. So I'm going to get that off. Spin this out. So from Womet-Tech, these bar end mirrors do actually come with an expanding sleeve. We are going to take this off because from Kawasaki, we actually have a threaded bar end. If you did replace your clip-ons on this Kawasaki already, you may actually want to continue to use this threaded sleeve, but we're gonna pull it off and just use the included fastener right there. Set that stuff off to the side. Keep it in your spares box, maybe it'll be useful in the future. We're gonna take our bar end mirror, and I like to have it so that the adjusting portion is actually facing up. They are pretty universal. You get two in a set. We're only going to be installing the right side because we only want one mirror on this motorcycle, but just know that the installation is exactly the same on the other side, and you can have them mirrored. The only difference is that you'd have either the fastener head or the fastener end on either side. I, like I said, like to keep them facing up. So we're going to take our countersunk screw, drop it into the side that accepts the countersunk, and one small feature, because these bars do actually get a lot of vibration, I'd actually like to take a little bit of blue Loctite here, apply that to the end of the fastener, just a little bit, just a dab will do you usually, especially if you're using red. I'm using blue because we will actually probably be taking these off again at some point. And grab my M5. We're gonna go ahead and thread that in really easily, making sure that we're not cross-threading anything. You don't want to cross-thread your bar ends. And just start spinning that in. It's a pretty long fastener, so it's going to take quite a few turns. But once we start to get near bottom out, I'm going to go ahead and rotate this piece up. Now, as I said, there's a lot of adjustability, so you could actually have this portion facing the rear, but I believe that having a mirror further away from you gives you more sight behind you, so that is why I choose to run it in this orientation. So now that I have that in a place that I kind of like it, I'm going to tighten that down, holding on to it while I do it because it is going to try and pull you down. And now, a very key important feature here is to take an M4 and use this little adjusting screw to actually move our mirror up into an optimal position. With that, we could go ahead and tighten that back down, clamping on that little ball that's in there, and then we have our installed mirror. One more thing I want to touch on, if you guys are doing some very fast riding, possibly on the highway, these do come default at a certain setting where they will pull back if you run into something. Say you're pulling the bike out of the garage and you run into the car. This is going to fold back, it's not going to break off, but being that it has that feature, there is the possibility that with enough wind force on this mirror, you will actually get that to blow back. So if that's something you're running into, I just want to touch on the fact that you can take your M4, an 8mm socket, and you can actually tighten down so that it takes a little bit more force to get that to move. It will still move as long as you haven't really cranked that down, but I just want you guys to know that there is some adjustability there. Now, being that this is on the throttle side, there's one more thing I want to check, and that is my throttle free play. I still have it. I want to make sure that I still have it. If for any reason you're getting any binding there, you're going to want to check and make sure that your throttle hasn't slid down or that you haven't accidentally tightened this down too much to the point that you're actually impinging on this grip's free play. Having a throttle stick is a very dangerous situation, and it is not one that we want to hear our customers getting into. So I want you guys to do that check if you're doing this on the throttle side. Again, this is an exact replica of the left side. They are mirrors. The installation process is exactly the same. I'm not going to walk you guys through that. We're just going to do this right side installation and call it a day. This motorcycle is now ready to ride. We can hit the streets again, and we will be totally aware of our surroundings while looking pretty sleek with our mirror block-offs. If you guys like this product and want to pick one up for yourselves, visit us at tstindustries.com. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and check out the other stuff that we've got going on. I'll catch you guys next time.